Cal, so excited for you once again. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? We need to talk about that hoodie, but I don't want to take away your time. I just like
Okay, I knew you'd like this one. First of all, I'd love to start off with what is your message when it comes to the importance of the youth voter? Because I imagine that's different from the older generations.
With young people, you age out of the demographic, right? You're not 18 forever. And so it's sort of an opportunity to make sure that like we do in the South Asian community, that young voters know that they have the right to vote, how to go about registering if your state isn't as simple as when you get your driver's license, right? There's some places where it's a little bit more finicky and you've got to fill out some more forms, but like encouraging them to do that, because in a lot of elections, it's not just the presidential, but on local races, your city council, your school board, sometimes it's a question of just a handful of votes. And if you and 10 of your friends actually showed up, the idea that could sway an entire election is a real thing.
I have a new show on Freeform, tackling the big questions about the future of this country. How? Why? When? Huh?
KalPenn approves this message.
Wait, what?
Series premiere September 22nd on Freeform.
So how do you feel that your show is different than from some of the other shows when it comes to driving this message to millennial and Gen Z voters?
Yeah, good question. So we were basing our model on shows that we really love. I love Daily Show with Jon Stewart. I love CBS Sunday Morning. That's the old man in me. And so we combined the two and we're like, what if it's, in terms of Daily Show, like what if it's funny, like comedy forward? But instead of reacting to the 24-hour news cycle, what if in that sense, it's more like a CBS Sunday Morning where we talk about single issues in each episode. They're only half hour long. They are on Freeform and then on Hulu. And so a half hour means you basically have 22 minutes. So it's fast paced, it's funny, but we talk about one particular issue each time. So whether it's climate change, and then we're talking about how young evangelicals work with young progressives on climate issues. Or if we're talking about education, instead of broadly talking about it, which many shows have done a really great job at already, we're talking about things like trade school versus college and the risk of automation when it comes to young people's jobs. How does that impact us when we're looking at what China and India and Brazil are doing? Are our elected officials investing in us? And if you're 18, don't you want to vote for somebody who's going to invest in you? Now, that could be a Democrat or a Republican or a third-party candidate. We're not doing candidate profiles. We're doing issue profiles. And then after those issues, we're offering links so that people can go off and learn about the issue.
You know, what would your message be to even the older generations of Indians that are here when it comes to election and voting?
Yeah, I mean, look, they sacrificed so much for us, right? They came to this country with nothing, whether they came in pre-1965 or whether they came to fill labor shortages or family reunification. It's such a diverse community, economically, socially, religiously. And the one thing that's lacking is a cohesive unit of representation, and that's only going to happen if we vote. And for that older generation, they sacrificed so much by doing, and now I think it's an opportunity to show up to the polls, cast your mail-in ballot, and make sure that many of our friends and family are retiring now, and they're at that age, they're golden years, right? And so it's more, and so many of them are volunteering, by the way. So many aunties and uncles are like, I'm volunteering doing this and that. It's like, make sure you vote also, because that is going to really add some fuel and funding and an opportunity to do the things that you're already doing with your volunteers.
Our community has so much love and respect and adores you so much. So I'm so excited for this show and even all the other scripted stuff you're doing.
Thank you, Rasha. You know, I love you guys and I appreciate all the support over the years. I couldn't do what I do if there wasn't that support. So thank you.
Aw, and it's really so good for me to see you. You always make my day. One of the most kindest, humbling people in the industry. You haven't changed since UCLA days.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Look forward to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.